In 2025, B1/B2 visa refusals are spiking, and for many applicants, it's happening without much explanation. Under renewed scrutiny by the Trump administration, U.S. consulates have tightened interview protocols, leading to widespread denials. Even for those planning short trips for family events, business meetings, or tourism. From parents visiting children to attendees of weddings or housewarmings. Many are being denied at both first and second attempts, despite presenting strong documentation. B1/B2 visitor visa refusals hit record highs. Let's start with the shocking surge in B1/B2 visa denials. If you've recently tried applying for a visitor visa, you may have noticed it's not as easy as it used to be. Even perfectly clean applications are being rejected. According to a detailed report from Financial Express, rejections have skyrocketed under the Trump administration's latest enforcement wave. And they're not just rejecting suspicious applicants, they're turning down parents wanting to visit their children in the U.S., guests invited to weddings or family functions, tourists who visited the U.S. before without overstaying. In some cases, people were denied twice, even after submitting stronger documentation. What's causing this? Section 214 be the law behind most denials. U.S. law, specifically Section 214b of the Immigration and Nationality Act, requires consular officers to presume that every applicant intends to immigrate permanently unless they can prove otherwise. In simple terms, you're guilty until proven innocent. Your visa will be denied unless you convince the officer you'll return home. To overcome this, you must show strong home ties, job, family, property, a specific and short-term reason to visit the U.S., financial capability to support yourself, and no signs of long-term migration intent. Even if you have all the documents, it still comes down to how believable your story is and whether the officer thinks you're a potential overstay risk. Real rejection cases from 2025. Here's what's happening. A couple was denied after their son transferred universities, even though they had a clear return plan. A family trying to attend a New York housewarming party faced rejection, twice. Applicants with return tickets and job letters were still refused. The issue isn't just what you say, it's whether the officer believes you're telling the truth. Visa interviews now feel more like interrogations than routine checks, and the margin for error is razor thin. International students are being kicked out too. Now, let's talk about students, because things aren't any easier for them either. According to NDTV and multiple legal filings, the Trump administration has quietly rolled out a new strategy to strip students of their legal status using visa revocations and database flagging. The result? More than 4,700 SEVIS records have been terminated this year alone. Most of those students are from India, China, Bangladesh, Nepal, and South Korea, and many of them were targeted for reasons that would have been ignored just a year ago. Why are F1 students losing status? Here's what's changed in 2025. ICE is now scanning students' names through crime and fingerprint databases, even if they've never been charged with a crime. If a name pops up, even due to a traffic ticket or a dismissed university infraction, their visa can be revoked immediately. And once a visa is revoked, the student is automatically considered out of status, which can lead to deportation or a future entry ban. There's no court hearing, no formal process, just a notice and you're out. This policy shift is massive, and attorneys are calling it a violation of due process. What should international students do? If you're studying in the US right now, here's how to protect yourself. Avoid even minor legal trouble. A traffic stop can become a trigger. Obey every university rule to the letter. Don't risk warnings or suspensions. Keep your SEVIS info updated. Even a missed address update can be flagged. Speak to an immigration attorney immediately if you receive a notice or suspect an issue. Staying silent or passive is no longer an option. The current enforcement system is aggressive, and mistakes can lead to life-altering consequences. English proficiency now mandatory for truck drivers. Now for the third major change, and this one hits the working class hard. President Trump has signed a new executive order mandating that all commercial truck drivers must demonstrate English proficiency. And yes, that includes immigrants on H-2B and EB-3 visas. This order directly impacts thousands of immigrant drivers, especially those from Latin America, South Asia, or Eastern Europe, employed under visa programs, working in freight, logistics, and long-haul routes. Why is this happening? The administration argues this is a public safety move, claiming that drivers must be able to read U.S. road signs, communicate clearly with law enforcement, understand emergency instructions, and avoid miscommunication that can lead to accidents. Under this new rule, drivers who cannot meet English standards may be deemed out of service, meaning they legally cannot continue driving. Fallout for employers and workers. Let's be real, this policy creates major headaches for transportation companies. Employers must now implement language testing during hiring, revise training materials and contracts, possibly hire third-party evaluators, and brace for labor shortages if drivers are pulled off the road. Many companies rely on the H-2B seasonal visa program or EB-3 employment-based green cards to fill trucking roles. With this new policy, entire hiring pipelines are at risk. And remember, the industry is already short over 80,000 drivers nationwide. This mandate could worsen that shortage, increase delivery costs, slow down supply chains, and pressure companies to cut or replace immigrant labor. What you need to know moving forward. Let's recap. If you're applying for a B1/B2 visa, prepare flawless documentation. Clearly explain why you're returning. Practice your interview responses. They matter more than ever. If you're an international student, be extra cautious with legal and university policies. Respond immediately to any notice from ICE. Know your legal rights and get counsel early. If you're a truck driver or employer, begin English language training. Ensure compliance systems are in place. Prepare for audits and possible worker shortages. This isn't just a season of change. It's a systematic tightening of U.S. immigration standards across short-term visits, student life, and essential labor roles. Final thoughts. 2025 is shaping up to be a defining year in immigration enforcement, not through new laws, but by strictly enforcing existing ones with zero tolerance. Whether you're planning to visit family, pursue your education, or keep America's supply chains moving, the landscape is shifting fast. Your preparation could make the difference between approval and rejection. So stay alert, stay compliant, and most of all, stay informed. If this video helped clarify what's happening, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss our next update. This is BorderDrip USA. Thanks for watching, and stay sharp out there.